What's up, YouTube? Welcome to the Coffee Pod. My name is Chisha Zed.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
Men become and women are. Woman realizes a bitter truth about female nature, and male nature gets a taste of the RP. Someone get this woman some coffee. No more wasting time. Let's get it.
Men always seem to be becoming, whereas women just are. You could see it in some movies and TV shows where you're seeing that the women maybe in a relationship is the one guiding the man. Or even a lot of the female heroes, like the new Mulan movie, where there isn't this trial and tribulation that the woman goes through. She just already has it all. I think that's taking place in our realities in relationships. I'm not trying to blanket statement like all men and all women, but I do think that there is a trend where men are far more willing and likely to make changes, not just for themselves, but for their female counterpart.
Truth has been spoken. The truth has been spoken. Let's keep listening.
And it feels a little like women are pushing back on that and not willing or wanting to make adjustments. Now, ideally, you're in a relationship where you accept the other person and you're not trying to change them. I'm talking compromising, preferences, things that just come up naturally when building a life with someone. All I'm saying is that I think there's a link here where men are taught that they are always needing to grow and change, and that women already are done changing, which I actually think could be doing some harm in a lot of ways, but even to women, and kind of blocking us from being able to accept that growth. And quick note, I think women do change, but it's very self-directed. I don't think women do as well with hearing people telling them what they think they should change, whereas men are more receptive to being told that information. Okay, that's it.
Wow. I've got nothing else to add to this. She definitely spoke the truth. Men are more willing to change. Men are more willing to listen to direction, counseling, to somebody who they can see has more experience, right? Or maybe they're more willing to have an open ear to better themselves. But women, on the other hand, are conditioned to believe that she's the table, she's great no matter what, doesn't need to do anything to improve. She's the prize no matter what. How is this possible? How? It's insane, bro. I don't get it. It's like we live in like a Twilight Zone, man. It's crazy. When you hear these women talk, man, it's wild, bro. And listen, I do this a lot, and I still can't accept the delusion of modern women. It still blows me out of the water. As always, man, we're gonna check out some of these comments. Let's see what the people have to say. First comment here reads, I also see this in advice. Advice for men is that they're not good enough and need to get better. Not necessarily not good enough, but that they're not the best that they could be. There's always room to improve. I just think that's just life in general. And some men don't like that. Usually losers. Yes, if you're triggered, I'm talking about you. Go ahead, comment down below. There are men out here who think, I should be able to be fat and not make any money, not hold a job, and women should love me. No mercy, bro. No mercy for that mindset. But in general, most men are accepting of this, right? They're accepting of good advice. And while that may be tough love, in the end, men usually come out on top, right? When they hit that 30, 35, men usually look around and they're just like, damn, all that hard work, all those nights, all that overtime, all that getting up when I didn't want to, all those times at the gym, denying myself that food and choosing to eat something that's going to strengthen me. It pays off. Women, body positivity, bigger as they get older, more delusional, have more kids, still proud of themselves for failure. These are brutal truths. This person goes on to say, women's advice is the man wasn't good enough and they can do better. Next comment here from another person says, my ex literally told me she never was going to change for anyone. And this is why The RP is important because these are the conversations you want to have with the woman. A woman says that right there, no, she's not fit for a long-term relationship of any kind. Goes on to say, made it difficult when it came to me wanting her to respect my boundaries. Oh, you think? A guy responded back to him and said, literally had that exact same conversation with my ex. Shit was wild. This is why it's so important, guys, is before you get into a serious relationship, you let the woman ask, and most women do ask, where this is going. You're not the guy who says, oh, I want a relationship with you. I want a serious relationship. I love you. You're not pushing for an exclusive relationship. You wait for her to initiate the relationship, and you have some difficult conversations of like, these are my boundaries for the type of woman I would want to have a relationship with. You don't have to do shit, but if you want to be this woman, you're going to have to fit within these boundaries, right? And if you don't, I can't be with that. You got to know that before getting into this situation. Next comment from another person says, 100% agree, absolutely. When women in stories don't overcome obstacles to grow as characters, it bankrupts their quality as a character. This guy goes on to say, Iron Man rebuilds his suit from scratch. Doctor Strange loses his hands and has to relearn magic. Captain America dives on a grenade before he had powers. This next comment says, it's just narcissism. They can't take accountability for anything. They scapegoat, move the goalpost, lie, manipulate, anything but take accountability. Next, another man here says, facts. Seen a post not long ago where all women in the comments thought they were all 10s and how it's unfair to settle with a man not in their level. Most were over 30, overweight, and with kids. Oh, wow. What a surprise. Next comment says, this is true. My most recent ex told me because she's 34, she is who she is. And that's all there is to it. Didn't want or see a reason to grow.
Put that coffee down.
Put that coffee down, man. Women do get to that point. A lot of women get to that point where they're just like, no more. I'm not changing for anybody. Get out of there, bro. Get out of there. And finally, the last comment here is actually a thread. It starts out with this guy that says, I think you hit the nail on the head. That's why men's mental health is also so terrible, because we're not accepted / loved as we are. Someone else responded back to that guy and says, yep, everyone has always pushed me to be more than I am my whole life. Now I'm burnt out and just avoid everyone so I can feel a sense of self. Someone else added to his thread and says, no one should be loved as they are. Everyone should grow and change. Very true. Very true. That's a huge part of life. I think there's a lack of appreciation for men. That is also true. The guy here says, change is going to happen regardless. Forcing people to change is like pulling the skin off a snake before it's ready. You're going to hurt the snake. Now, unfortunately, men, what hurts you in this life, and I don't mean to the point of crippling you where you can't bounce back from it, but that experience are usually pivotal moments that made him stronger. A lot of you guys didn't stumble on content like this because you were happy. Let's just be honest, right? Sure, there will be a guy out there who'll be like, actually, no, I didn't go through a heartbreak, or I didn't go through We know how the majority of guys stumbled on content like this. You wanted to learn and grow. You wanted to understand. There's some questions you had about life in regards to intersexual dynamics, men and women, female nature, male nature, purpose in life. And regardless of whatever path you've decided to take, whether you're just like not dating at all, checking out whatever, or you are dating seriously still, some of you want families, get married, regardless, that difficult time brought you to a point where you were seeking answers and you found something that explained how life worked a little bit better, made you a little bit more aware. And that awareness makes you a better man, makes you at least somebody who's not blind, walking around with rose-colored lenses, right? And thinking the world is all peaches and cream. But it makes you better as a man, being aware. Now, does it take away a teeny bit of happiness away from your life? Yes. Yes. Men who are unaware are blissfully running through life towards a burning building. But having understanding, having this level of awareness as a man, knowing where you stand, not being the guy who's asking questions, why did she do this? And how am I going to live my life? What do I got to do? This woman's stressing me out. Knowing where to stand, understanding how this shit works does come at a price. And the reality is that as a man, even as a woman, it is through pain and struggle that you become the man who you are proud of. Listen, gentlemen, as always, curious to know what you think. Leave your comments down below. I appreciate you for checking out yet another episode of The Coffee Pot. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.